As his son would say, a great parent and an advocate of tennis. He was a volunteer for USTA Southern as well. To introduce this year's recipient of this award, which is kept confidential until this moment, is Hubert's son, Mark Kessler. So Mark is here to my left. Mark grew up in Tuscaloosa. He lives in Atlanta with his family. He played tennis at Auburn. And a few weeks ago, watched him hit some balls, and he's still mighty good. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mark Kessler to introduce the Hubert Kessler Service.
Thank you, Jeff. Well, I just want to thank Jeff Gray and Elaine Franks, the rest of the ATA Hall of Famers, and the rest of the ATA for recognizing my dad. I think their dad was alive. There was no way that this would ever come about because he's too humble. He wouldn't let it happen. But thank you so much. You know, my dad didn't start playing tennis. He actually started playing golf. And he played tennis just around Indian Hills, was practicing and whatnot. And then the tournaments would come to town. He didn't think that he was good enough to play in the tennis tournaments. And so he just said, okay, well, I'll just volunteer. I'll be the tournament director. And so that's how he got involved in tennis. And later he got to be a better tennis player, and he stayed active volunteer. And I think that propelled his volunteerism in the state of Alabama through tennis. And so, you know, this award is to recognize those people who give of their time, volunteer their time to enhance tennis in the state of Alabama and also in their local community. The recipient of last year was Miss Emily Baker. She could not be here. I don't think she's here tonight, is she? Yes, she could not be here. But a great recipient first year. Second year, we have another great recipient. This gentleman was the first president of the James Lewis Tennis Scholarship Foundation, a nonprofit formed to further the work of the late James Lewis, which provided a framework for providing tennis and academic improvement to both young and old alike. He was instrumental in the acquisition of the George Ward and Inslee tennis facilities in 2006 and 1996 from the Birmingham Park and Recreation Department, and he's managed the George Ward Park since it was acquired in 2006. He was instrumental in bringing numerous clinics and tournaments to George Ward and Inslee, and there was a adult sectional tournament that he won in 2009 and 10. He serves as the local coordinator of the event. The Chamber of Commerce recognized him for bringing $10 million of economic impact to the city of Birmingham, and got $500,000 funded to those facilities that he serves. He served in the following capacities with the Alabama State Tennis Office. He worked with Elaine Francis when my dad was in office as president. He worked on the Microsoft database for the Alabama Tennis Association as well, worked with James Epps on the Alabama Tennis Association website. He served in the Southern for 15 years and was chair of the NJTL for 6 years. He's currently a member of the Junior Team Tennis Committee, and he served 2 years on the NJTL National Committee. This gentleman has put over 8,000 hours of community service in enhancing the tennis that we love in the state of Alabama. It's my joy to welcome Rudy Lewis, the second recipient. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And one more thing, from the Kessler family, here's a check for $1,000 to the James Lewis Tennis Scholarship Foundation.
And this is great. What a surprise. I'd like to thank the committee for nominating and electing me for this award. It's very special because I did work with Herb Kessler when he was president of the Alabama Tennis Association. And his heart was always in the right place. He was a great guy to work for. I'd like to thank, too, the big team that always supports me, will it be Southern or Alabama Tennis Association or the James Lewis Tennis Scholarship Foundation, and that great team of people that represents that organization. And most important, my wife. Come on out, Margaret. Keep in mind, she's got to deal with me and all the volunteer, work that I do. And she is so supportive of me, and she's very special. So thank you, and appreciate all you do, and continue keeping up the good